Hello, I'm Braden Williams. I'm here to show you about a painting support for an oil painting. I have it right here. What I started out with is some stretcher bars. I made them from a 2x4. As you can see by these lines, first I ripped the 2x4 in half, and then I cut it on a diagonal, leaving this little bead here. I'll show you on another piece. This is one side. This bead is for the canvas to sit, so it's supported just by a small area. It's a great way to save wood because you get two pieces out of one section. It's also nice because it makes a nice deep canvas so that your canvas is more protected. Whenever something comes and punctures the back of a canvas, it can crack the oil painting. Also, it can leave dents that will almost never come out. I also think it makes a nice profile. I think it looks nicer to have a nice deep canvas. When you buy canvases at the store, they're shallow and it'd be easy to puncture the back, and then they just look cheaper because they're trying to save wood. Also, I've put these little triangle pieces of masonite to strengthen the corners, and I recessed them in here so that they don't take up any space in case anybody wants to frame this in the future. I initially intended to make this a canvas, but decided I wanted to paint on wood, so I'm using the stretcher bars as a cradling for the wood. If you paint on wood without cradling, it can warp quite a lot. This is a board, as you can see, it's very warped. This is an example of a board that I've primed just like I'm going to today and painted on. As you can see, which I'll do today, I've left the natural wood so that it shows through and it really sets the tone, a real nice earthy amber tone for the painting. What I start with is a size. It's a little more traditional method than beginning just with acrylic gesso. Traditionally, the size would be rabbit skin glue. I'm using PVA glue. You can buy PVA glue from Gamblin, they sell it, or you can use Elmer's glue, which is a more concentrated PVA glue. You want to dilute it down as I have here. Diluted it with water. I personally like the first coat to be slightly more diluted, thinking that it'll penetrate deeper and help protect the surface more from the oil. You always need to cover whatever you're painting on, whether it's paper, wood, canvas, with something if you're painting with oil, because the oil over time will eat at the fibers. So I'm using glue size to protect it. So I'll paint it on, I'll probably use 4 coats or so. What I'll do, what traditionally you would do after the size, is you'd cover it with a colored ground. A lot of people used a deep red ground or something like that. That, like I said before, sets the tone for the whole painting, depending on how opaque or translucent the painting is. And traditionally, you'd paint a lot with glazes and more transparent paint. Pigments were expensive, and so you'd want to save paint back then. Today, you paint more. People tend to paint more opaquely, and so the ground is going to affect the painting less, but it still will affect it some. As you can see in this painting I showed before, the wood, natural wood color is coming through nearly everywhere. So that's what I want in this, and so I'm just going to paint it with a size. That's all for now. Thanks for watching this video.